I want to apologize to our fans in the 12th minute. I thought our effort and what was obviously poor. Don't want to take anything away from Missouri. I thought Missouri defensively was very hard to score against. They disrupted us, but obviously I've done a poor job of getting our guys to play at the level I think we're capable of playing.
Jeremiah Tillman's on the floor for Missouri, not in foul trouble. Just how tough can you be to handle?
Well, I thought Kevin Purrier, being a senior, was a tough matchup for us also. But Jeremiah Tillman, he's a presence on the floor, 14-6. Thought we did a decent job on him the first 10 to 12 minutes, which was part of our game plan, but we couldn't sustain it.
Billy, were you giving up about 10 minutes ago when you brought in your walk-ons and people like that to play?
I wouldn't say I was giving up. I was going to play guys that were going to compete and play the way that Texas A&M should be playing.
Why do you think those guys, your starters and things like that, are not playing the way that you feel like they should be playing?
Oh, first of all, obviously I'm not doing a good enough job getting them ready. And secondly, we got to have guys that want to be coached. And it starts in practice. The day after our Auburn game, our energy and our effort wasn't very good. And it's one of the reasons why we changed our lineup a little bit. But I thought yesterday we came back with good effort, and when things start going bad, we really don't have any leadership on the floor, getting guys to play together. And I thought that last 10 minutes, Mark French came in the game and gave us a presence, and he fought about as hard as he could.
Billy, Savion didn't score until the last 6-7 minutes, I think. Was that something Mizzou was doing on him defensively, or was that his shot selection?
I think it was both. I think defensively, Missouri did a really good job, really closing gaps. We're shooting the ball so poorly, people don't guard us on the perimeter, so they're sitting in the lane. And Savion needs to be more aggressive offensively, but he really didn't have a lot of looks. I think Missouri did a really good job defending him.
You mentioned a little bit, is there an added level of frustration with the effort that was out there after the way that y'all lost to Auburn, and even having them Auburn player kind of calling y'all out?
Well, I thought the first 10 minutes we competed, we just can't score. When you can't score, you're missing free throws, you're missing layups, and you're getting open threes and you're not making them. It puts a lot of pressure on your defense, and you got to be tough-minded enough to play through it, and we weren't.
You mentioned the change in lineup. TJ wasn't in the lineup again. Do you see him particularly having a tough time, having good, consistent energy in practice, and that's translated to the game? That's why he's not playing as much lately?
He can definitely be better in practice.
Would you say this is this game against this team has been is hitting rock bottom?
We got a lot of games left, so for me it's bottom. I don't want to go any lower than this. Like I said, I can live with the way that group played the last 10 minutes when you're fighting and you're moving the ball and you're playing unselfish. And you lose. I thought that group did about as good a job as they could do when you're maxing out. But we got to get more than those 3 or 4 guys who are on the floor to max out.
It's out of your hands, but is this a situation like what's gone on lately where you're really missing Admon on the floor?
Well, we're missing Admon. We're missing more than Admon. So, you know, But obviously I think he would help because he was a 40% three-point shooter last year, and his experience and his toughness, he plays both ends of the floor.
Billy, what did Jordan Geist give them today? He hadn't been really shooting well until.
Jordan Geist, to me, epitomizes what we're missing as a team. He maxes out on both ends of the floor. He plays the game the right way. And I thought in the first half, I think he had 14. He dictated and controlled the game.
When it's a matter of keeping a competitive mindset and a competitive effort, and with the way that the trajectory of the season is going, is that something that you can turn around in the season, and how do you, as a coach, turn that around in the season?
Well, we're going to do everything we can to try to turn it around, but it starts in practice. The problem when you're playing in the SEC and you're playing in a good league and a wheel comes off, it's hard to put it back on. And we probably started a little bit not having Admon and not having some pieces, but with what we got, we can do a much better job than what we're doing. And it's strange to me that we can play at Alabama on the road and at Kentucky and play hard. And it wasn't always pretty, but we were competitive and we gave ourselves a chance to win those first 3 games. And I don't know where we lost it.